I honestly wish I was born in like the 70s, 80s, or whatever. Life would be completely different for me, obviously. But um, I mean, not saying that I hate this generation, but I mean, it's just it's different.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you 3 categories, and I want you to tell me what means the most to you and what means the least to you. And you can switch these things around however you see fit. So the first category is love, sex, and relationships. The next category is society, culture, and politics. And the last is spirituality and or religion, because some people, they're different things. So what comes first for you?
Love, sex, and relationships.
Okay, why?
Just because that can make or break a person. You can gain. I feel like you can gain more happiness through love, sex, and relationships than you can through the other 2 categories. I'd rather, as far as especially religion now, religion can be a really deep topic now. Yeah, I feel like it's in order 1, 3, 2. So
Okay.
Yeah, and so how would you like me to explain this better?
Okay. So love, sex, and relationships is first because you feel like that makes a person, makes or breaks a person.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say specifically about love, sex, or relationships, and like how people handle it in these times, how you handle it, what your like situations have been, like anything that has to do with that, you can speak on.
Sex and relationships. I say I can go on about this topic for a long time. I feel like everybody needs to be loved in order to really be happy. You can be Christian, you can be Buddhist, you can be all these different religions. You can find happiness through that. But as far as just like love, I feel like love is one of the most important things that a person needs. Of course, besides water and food. But I feel like love's kind of in that category. Like if you're not loved, you'll be kind of corrupted. So there's a lot of people, of course, that haven't been loved or haven't felt loved in a long time, and they do the extreme, rather it be suicide or now we have all these mass shootings. I'm pretty sure that can stem from not being loved or not being cared for a certain way from whoever. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely the most important. As far as sex goes, sex is obviously important, especially in relationships. It's always sex is always the strongest in the beginning of the relationship. Kind of weakens down, towards like the midpoint. But it all depends on the individual, though. It does. It all depends on the individual. Me on the other hand, I'm not gonna speak exactly on myself. I never really had a problem with any kind of sexual matters. You feel me? But yeah, as far as sex goes, it's another form of happiness. You could express yourself with another person. Yes, I mean, sex is always extremely important. In relationships, when you say relationships, you mean relationships with like a female, or I should say,
yeah, it can be romantic or platonic, like whatever. Just having connections with other people.
Yeah. As far as relationships go, I like relationships. I'm not gonna lie with you. As far as relationships go, my last relationship actually was like real relationship. It was probably like 4 years ago. I've talked to many people since then. Um, Dipped my toes in many different areas. Um, you know, I feel like as far as like types go and stuff like that, no one really has a type. But I've dipped my toes in like many different areas and try to explore where I feel like my future with this person would be like, and how I would fit with this person, and um, I kind of know what I want in a female now. You know, 5 years ago I didn't really know. 5 years ago I was messy. You know,
So what do you want?
as far as in a female,
Sure.
um, I'm a very funny person. Okay, I'm trying to like reserve my funniness right now,
Why?
not just because like I'm trying to be, just more in a serious mood. But I swear to you, I'm a very funny person. Everybody who
Don't do that. Be yourself. If you're funny, be funny.
Alright. Yeah,
Now
but
it's pressure.
huh?
No, you
No,
feel
it's,
pressure.
it's never pressure. It's all good.
Okay.
But yeah, I want someone to be like the female version of me. Obviously, there's not going to be someone that matches your exact size, but at the same time, as far as my character goes, I'm extremely loyal. I've never cheated in my whole entire life. My whole life, I've never cheated. I've come close to it one time, just because I was, sometimes you might just want to, sometimes you might be in a situation that's just so messy and so rough. You feel like there really is no other way to leave than to cheat on the person and purposely let the person find out. Like that's kind of the situation I was in, and that's what I was going to do, but I just didn't, just because this is not my character. But some people can definitely drag you down to like a low point where you just want to say just fuck it and just go off. But yeah, what I look for in a female, someone who's like like the girl version of me. You know, loyal, of course. Have to have a great sense of humor. My sense of humor is a little it's a different. If I go to like a comedy show or watch like a like a comedy movie or whatever, I'll laugh at the jokes, the good ones that is. But I also laugh at like people's facial expressions and like background noise and certain things like
the
that.
best parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how my sense of humor is. I kind of want someone who who kind of shares that. Intelligent, of course. You've got to be intelligent. You've got to be intelligent. And like because I've talked to some dummies, and like
They're out there.
yeah, that's rough. I've talked to some dummies, and I mean my intelligence is. You don't have to be, like a math whiz. You don't have to be the smartest person in your class. You feel me? But as far as intelligence, I mean, common sense, of course. You have to have a lot of common sense. As far as being able to talk to somebody, you have to be able to hold a conversation. There's a lot of people, especially in today's age, they can't hold shit. That's sad, but I feel like they just grew up on, social media, and they don't really go out and talk to people as much, as from when at least I did. I was born in the early '90s, so of course all the social media and shit like that wasn't really around.
Right.
It was more so you get out and play with your friends, go to the playground, and just communicate and just get out there and just hold conversations and talk about just anything. You feel me? Yeah, but let's see. As far as I don't know, I used to be big on looks. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to be big on looks. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm an attractive person. I'm gonna go out and get someone who's equally attractive and blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit is not really the way to go. Okay, the way to go is personality. Personality is everything. Someone has to have a great personality. Like loving, caring, all that shit. Um, you just have to have a good soul. There's a lot of people who have just like, I feel like they're just corrupted in a way. There's a lot of people who are damaged from their exes, past relationships, and they can be left scarred, insecure for years, and yeah, that shit is rough. I'm not sure if you've ever talked to like a guy who was like insecure or like just fucked up in a certain way because of his exes or whatever. But I've talked to girls who dealt with some of the most ancient niggas, and I'm trying to tell you that is a difficult task in itself. You know. So, and to be honest with you, nowadays I prefer not to talk to somebody who, is still lingering on to, their insecurities from their last relationship and shit like that. I want to talk to somebody who more so has found themselves and kind of knows what they want. Same thing for me, you feel me? So, yeah, just the energy has to be mutual. Um, you don't have to be, the best looking person in the world. You don't. Like, that shit is so overrated. It comes with a lot of nonsense. It does. So yeah, just like, personality overlooks for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just someone who
most people do that. A lot of people don't think like that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just someone who I feel like can be a good friend, like a best friend. Yeah, just do shit with and not feel any type of way ever. They can be themselves completely, 100%. Yeah, they have goals for themselves. Obviously, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
But and of course, I do have like my I have my little cutoff points. Like there's some pet peeves that I have that I just can't deal with. One of them is definitely like snoring. I can't deal with a snoring female. I can't. My whole entire life, I've only talked to one female that snored. Like she snored. First time I stayed with her, I woke up in the middle of the night. I said, "Yo, what the fuck?" She's snoring like it just doesn't match. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like her body, she's short, small, and I'm like, she's snoring like a grown ass man. She's snoring like that was just rough. So that's like a pet peeve. Cigarettes, pet peeve. I've never talked to someone who smokes cigarettes. Weed, I don't really care as long as you're not like an excessive smoker. You feel me? What other pet peeves would I have? And of course, like just being able to converse, being able to communicate. Yeah, those are like my top three.
Okay.
Yeah.
We seem to know what you want.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll watch this video and hit you up.
You never know.
All right. So you said religion and/or spirituality was next, right? Okay. So do you consider yourself a religious person, or like a spiritual person, or like where do you stand in like your beliefs?
I grew up in a Christian household. Parents were strong Christians, and even to this day, my mom remarried, and my stepdad is he's a minister at a church.
Mm-hmm.
He preaches like every other Sunday.
Do you go?
I don't go anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't go anymore. I did go to church for New Year's though. I brought the New Year into church. I talked to the pastor on my own, and it was my childhood church. I talked to the pastor on my own afterwards. I just wanted him to, put a prayer on me. And yeah, as far as religion goes, I just feel like religion is just one of those things, especially churches. But I feel like religion is one of those things where, it's like the greatest, like it's the greatest leap of faith. Like you don't know really what's on the other side of that door. You go to believe that you die as long as you live life right and you worship Jesus Christ, then you'll go to heaven, and if you don't, then you'll spend the eternity in hell. And the way I feel about that is it's like it's a little fucked up. Like for real, I feel like it's a little fucked up. Like if you really think about it, like so it's just like we have, and this is from Christians, okay? From a Christian standpoint, we have our Creator, God. He creates the world, all that good stuff. Created you, created me, and it's pretty much saying, I'm going to put you on this earth, okay? I'm going to put you on this earth. I don't really care if you like it or not. I'm putting you on this earth. You're going to go through your struggles. You're going to go through your pains. You're going to go through all this, bullshit. No one really has a perfect life. You're going to go through a lot of bullshit in your life. But through that bullshit, I want you to find me. I want you to worship me. And if you don't, you're going to burn in hell for life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's a little rough, Like and I know I probably said it in a more dramatic way, but
I mean, that's what it is.
yeah, that's all it is. Like you sum it up. That's all it really is. And I don't know. Just looking at it from that standpoint, I'm just like, I'm not strong on religion. I'm not strong on Christianity. I'm not strong on any of that. I do feel like once you die, I feel like there is like another place. I don't feel like once you're dead, then that's it. Like worm just crawl through your body, and you're just like, oh shit, like it's over for me. I feel like there is a greater place that you go to. I feel like if you live your life, in a positive light, I feel like there's gonna be a form of heaven that you go to. You feel me? And if you were, like a mass murderer, or if you were a pedophile, or this or that, a rapist, then there's gonna be that place that no one really wants to go to. But yeah, as far as religion goes, I'd have to say that too. I'm actually a Christian. I gotta say it, and the reason why I gotta say it is because it's more so playing it safe. You feel me?
Like, you don't want to burn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm not trying to burn, my whole life. So just in case, just in case things are the way they say they are, I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm like, I'm gonna do my part. That doesn't mean going to church every Sunday and all that good shit, but and I don't really fuck with churches anymore. I feel like a lot of churches are corrupt, actually, led by just corrupt leaders, and just the whole, like that's a whole that's a yeah. So that's another situation, but yeah, I am a Christian now, and I believe in certain things. I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus Christ, and all that good shit. I'd say shit after them too, but all that good stuff.
Okay. So the last one was society, culture, and politics. So why is that last on your list? And like, what are your thoughts on our society?
Yeah, our society's fucked up for real.
Yeah.
Our society's fucked up. As far as those three, I put that last on my list just because I feel like we as people, we feel like we have a lot more control over the situation when we really don't.
Yeah.
We just knew, Hillary was going to win, and we knew that we put our votes in, and we all come together as a people that we can keep the devil out the office, and look at us. Like, that's not what happened at all. But it's funny. I actually don't hate Donald Trump. I actually low key kind of like him, and I know it's gonna sound a little crazy. I know. I low key kind of like him. Of course, I didn't vote for him. I voted for Hillary, but I low key kind of like him because I respect him, and I respect him because he is one of the few people that we know as far as someone of power, or someone who has, someone. I'm just gonna keep it there. Someone of power, okay. He's not afraid to be himself. Okay. He seemed to be a racist. He seemed to be the worst. Okay. I believe he is the worst. I believe he's a terrible person. But as far as him using his voice to voice certain opinions and certain topics in today's world, although he lies in a lot of shit, at least he's not afraid to be himself. You feel me? So for example, let me see. Let me throw an example at you. Let's see. As far as Donald Trump, yeah, I could tell. I know you probably like, damn, this nigga, he likes Donald Trump. I'm not talking about like that. Like, it's not to the point where I would vote for him ever. I wouldn't vote for him the next term if he chooses to, run again. I'm not sure if he's running or not, but I would never vote for him or anything. But it's just a respect thing. I gotta respect somebody who doesn't give a fuck. He's in the most powerful position in our country, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He can tweet, he can tweet all the shit that he wants to tweet. No one really does that, No one really says what he says on live TV and move the way he moves. And so yeah, I just respect that from that standpoint,
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as like just and as far as our as far as the U.S. is some shit. Okay. It's better than a lot of countries, but the U.S. is some shit. And then we're ran by, I mean, our leaders and shit. I don't want you to feel like, like I'm like a Donald Trump fan or anything like that. I'm just telling you that I respect him for,
not
for,
giving a fuck.
yeah, and for being him and
just saying it.
Yeah, staying true to who he is. If he's a racist, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna hate that person for hating other people, because at the end of the day, hate plus hate equals hate. So yeah. As far as Donald Trump, I don't hate the man. Don't love the man. Far from that, but I don't hate him. I just respect it. I'm not sure if I really respect him, but I respect it. His path, his route towards getting to where he got. He's intelligent too. You can call him foolish or dumb, but he's intelligent, and that's another thing I respect. I already told you earlier. Like just intelligent people, I can respect that. The way he moved, during his campaign run, getting together all the little hillbillies and all the racist folks, knowing that white's the majority, obviously, and he knows that there's a lot of hatred in this world, and he kind of attacked that, and he finessed it. He finessed it, and he won because of the finesse. And I don't know, it's just like a smart move. I feel like I don't have any hate towards him, man. If I seen him in the street, that's Donald Trump. I take a picture of him. I wouldn't try to throw a tomato at him. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. So yeah, as far as just politics and all that good shit, I put that last just because it's something we really don't have control over. There's a select few that really have control over the majority of the shit that goes on in today's society. So that's why I put that last.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's really going to kill himself or whatever just because Donald Trump got elected. I don't think anyone has. There has been some tragic events that have happened, inspired by hatred and all that good shit. But like I said from the beginning, like if you're not loved and if you're not getting certain shit that you need from from that aspect, then yeah, that can cause somebody to commit suicide. That can cause somebody to do the most. Politics not so much. So
okay. Yeah, you're gonna get you a job.
Like, damn, this nigga like Donald Trump. This nigga crazy. Yeah, I know. I'll probably get like a lot of hate.
No.
I tell my parents that sometimes, like sometimes I tell them like, hey, I respect Donald because of this. I respect him. They're like, man, get out of here with that. And it's not all. Trust me. It's not on no. It's not on no like uncle. I love me. I love our people and all that good shit. You feel me? I understand shit happens, but it's just a respect thing. It's a respect on how someone moves type way. That's all. And also throw out there, I love Obama, of course. Yeah, you have to. I love him as a person for what he's done for the country. But at the same time, there has been certain situations that have come about in our society when Obama was president. Okay, and when we went to him for an answer for a move, he was really good at answering with "I don't have as much power as what you guys think I do." Okay, but then we have Donald Trump on the other hand, who, when a situation comes or whatever the case is, and I know there's a lot of shit that comes and he can't really do shit about, or he doesn't do shit about, or whatever the case is, because he probably really doesn't care. But so for example, I'm gonna throw out like a random situation. Okay, so last week, ASAP Rocky. Okay, ASAP Rocky, he's in prison overseas in Sweden. He's looking at a couple of years from an incident that it was kind of motivated from pedestrians. Okay, so he gets put into a Swedish prison, and I'm trying to think, who was it? It's Kanye and Kim. They go to Donald's wife. What's her name?
Melania.
Yeah, they go to her and they ask her to put a word in to Donald, and like bring our guy home, and Donald Trump, he went to Twitter first. You know, that's what he does. His Twitter fingers are kind of strong. He goes to Twitter first. He kind of attacks Sweden, saying, you know, bring our kids home. Like, it's not fair for this to happen or that to happen. You guys are doing an injustice and blah, 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 okay? But it's okay to tweet and, you know, say and voice certain opinions, but he actually used his power to get A$AP Rocky out of prison, you know, and bring him back home. That situation is happening with one of the ball kids, NBA baller's brother. They were overseas, and I think they stole something or something like that, and they were looking at some serious time. And Donald Trump did the same thing, you know, bring our boys home. You know, they're young, they make mistakes, and these are black kids, you know. I put myself in not put myself, but I try to change roles with, okay, Donald Trump, if Obama were to be in that situation, what would he have done, you know? And not to knock Obama or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he would have put in the word or, you know, did what he could. I feel like they would still be in prison. But that's a whole nother topic.
Right, like I obviously have a lot of things to say. This is not my interview, and I don't want to turn it into
well, give me like a quick.
I mean, I just genuinely feel like there's a lot of things Obama couldn't push because of the fact that he did not have support behind him like we thought he did. Nobody wanted to see a black president like change all this stuff and be successful, and he would like put all of these ideas out there and try to make all this change, and people would like fight so hard against it. And now we have Trump, who is kind of trying to reverse everything he did just because it has his name on it when it's really like helping people. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really talked about my views on here yet, but I mean, I just don't like Trump. I think he's an asshole. I don't think that he gives a shit about anybody but himself or a rich white man that can do something for him. And as soon as somebody that he calls a brother or a really great guy can do something to ruin him, he's like, oh, I've never trusted him. He's, you know, this is a witch hunt, like blah, blah, blah. Like he's basically fired like the heads of like everywhere. NSA, the CIA, like everybody that was close to him. Like, I feel like these people are close to him because they're scared of him. Because he is using all of that mouth that no other, like, prestigious president would. They wouldn't even go there. You know? Like, he'll come at somebody's looks. He'll come at your wife. Like, it's like, to an extent, if you're not the president of the world, then, of course, be yourself and not give a fuck. But, like, if you know... Just like all these kids that are like at the border, the ICE running up in people's houses and like breaking families. And he's like, okay, you brought A$AP Rocky home. But honestly, I didn't give a shit about A$AP Rocky because he tried to come at brown skinned women. And it's just like, and with the Ferguson thing, he was like, oh, I just can't relate. I'm in the studio. He said something like dark-skinned women or brown-skinned women shouldn't wear red lipstick. It just doesn't look good. Like something crazy. And I'm like, you're brown-skinned, your mom's brown-skinned. Like, who gives a shit? Like, that's fine, but like also, ew. Like, you don't know who your fans are. And then when the whole Ferguson thing happened and people were like, you have a platform, you should like say this is messed up. Nobody was telling him to go to Ferguson and rah-rah with everyone. And he was just like, look, I'm in the studio. I'm in... you know, Hollywood, I can't relate, blah, blah, blah. So now you're, like, locked up over there and you want everybody to, like, fight to get you out? Like, fuck you. Like, we can't relate. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't like Trump because he's very picky and choosy. Like, Kim Kardashian and Kanye's nuts. Like, he used to be great. I love Kanye. I love his music, but also I know that there are some things that he's just, you know, his mom passed and he just went left. And the whole Kardashian family is very strange. So, like, at the end of the day, you know, I just think it's a bit, like, they voted for him, and they have a lot of money, so they could, like, you know, it's all money. And I'm glad he, like, brought the kids home. I mean, if they were black, I didn't know they were black. I mean, I think that's awesome. But, like, Donald Trump has done, like, and said so many disrespectful things, and it's just, like, I don't know if you help just because you were helping out other people that have money that can maybe later help you out when you run again, or like back you when like people keep getting shot and like the NRA is still thriving. Like he could definitely make some moves with that. He's not going to because just like you said, he rallied those like Central American people who are like heavy gun users. If he takes their guns, he loses his following. So I don't know. Politics, like you said, it's a popularity contest. and we don't have any control.
Yeah, we really don't.
Because we all voted, and technically Hillary won, but the electoral votes got
That's all that really
Trump in.
matters.
Exactly. So, I mean, it sucks, and you have a right to like who you like. I don't think it's, you know, I mean, I think it's a little crazy, but like, who cares? Like,
I think
I get what you're saying.
I think well, what I don't want to happen, I don't want you to take it out of context as in, like I'm not a fan of Donald
Yeah.
at all. Like, of course, I don't follow him on social media.
Yeah.
I don't follow him on Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but I don't follow him. I don't look forward to the next thing he says.
Right, of course.
I'm not more of like I'm not a Kanye West where I will wear a "Make America Great Again" hat. Like I'm not
Yeah.
lost. You know, I just don't have hatred towards. I just don't have hate. I don't really think I have any hate.
I understand, like,
you know?
not having hate for people, because hate plus hate equals hate, just like you said.
Yeah.
And I understand you respecting somebody for being who they are.
Yeah.
And I definitely do too. And there are some times when I've said, like, that was funny, or like, that makes sense, you know? But I think there's just like this line that's drawn when you have so many different kinds of people. It's like hard to say the right thing because someone's going to get offended.
Yeah.
But it just kind of sucks when you're kind of just like only rooting for your own.
That's facts. I mean, of course, I will fall in the minority of that. I know, like probably 3%. But yeah, I don't want to be seen that you know that I like Donald Trump or anything like that.
No,
I
yeah.
just respect. You know, I respect what he's did. You know, as far as the way he's moved. It's just a bunch of intellectual moves, and I'm not sure if he's doing it himself or if he has a great team, whatever the case is. I just respect that, you know.
Yeah.
Just being yourself. I feel like everybody should be themselves. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be the gayest of the gayest person. Just be yourself, you know. And I feel like that's what we lack. I feel like that's one of the greatest things that we lack, you know, in today's society. No one wants to really be themselves. They either want to follow someone or they want to suppress or hide themselves, you know. Just be yourself. Like there's so many just undercover gay people, and you know, there's so many undercover racists, and you know, just be yourself. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, if you hate black people or you hate white people for whatever reason, then okay, just kind of let it be known. You know, don't try to hide that shit in the closet. You know, kind of voice your opinion. Don't be fake with the shits. If you are gay, same thing. You know, let that shit be known. Get a little colorful flag on your IG. You know, guy, girl, it doesn't matter. Just let that shit be known. And, just don't be fake with the shit. You know. So that's how I feel about. That's how I feel about that. I like someone who just isn't afraid to be themselves. So
I can dig it.